No intro other than just to say hope you all are doing well, and let's get started. So, part 2. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. Anyways, our first character on this list that we didn't cover in the last video is Nui. Now, Nui is the sister of Ravi, origin story of the Sun Girl and Moon Boy. Her auto is a 3-count attack, where in a certain area of AoE, she hits somebody and follows up with the other 2 attacks if it still connects. Air auto is 3 balls of light just orbiting around her and just disappeared on contact. Her skill, both ground and air, summons a ring of light, and if anyone steps around it for a brief moment, a beam will show that they're going to get hit and will either connect or not connect. And her ultimate just shines 4 beams of light, doing massive damage if you can connect all of them. 2 to 3 more if you have rare ability. Her skills can benefit her attack, her skill damage, cooldown, speed, and amplification. Now in duel modes, Nui is more of a control kind of character, so 1v1 is not her strong suit. But if you know the matchup knowledge, even if you have disadvantage, you can just basically punish your opponent whenever you can. And especially if you're playing as a Wolfgang here and you lose a stock to a Nui, that's just, it's embarrassing. There's not really much to say on how good Nui is in duel. I mean, if you know your opponent, you can kind of, mess with their brains really well with Nui. You can just create a bunch of plays, but if you have the Prudent Beam on, like you just saw now, sometimes your plays might get ruined, so you want to be careful. And of course, people are not going to approach her because she can pack a punch. Good lord, I'm already f***ing bad. Anyways, she can pack a punch if you just approach her standardly, just like this artificial intelligence master cat player that DevPK keeps giving me. But if you can punish it, like dodge that, you can do huge punishes, but bots are not made for that. And like I previously said, she's more of a control character, so her best input is going to be in Dominion, where she can do a lot of work, rack up a lot of damage, with her ult having super armor just like that. That is one of the awesome benefits of having your ultimate as Nui, is it has super armor, unless you get impacted by stun. Unfortunately though, Nui has been nerfed quite recently a lot with her damage and with the how her beams will not cast when she dies. But overall, Nui is a strong character, and of course no one's going to approach her because of all the pressure she can apply, especially when in duel modes. But in the end, I'm going to have to give Nui a C tier in duel because given that some ability stacks can benefit her gameplay in duel wise, mainly the speed ability, and then whatever other ability floats her boat. And then in Dominion, I'm going to rank her an S tier because she is a huge play when it comes to zone control. Well, let's be completely honest about Parfait. Parfait is kind of one of the other most broken characters that I've ever seen in this game when she was first released. Her origin story or folklore, I honestly do not know. Maybe if someone can help me down in the comments, that would be nice, but I'm not going to force you to, but... Anyways, Parfait is an ice character and the only one to wield a freaking scythe, which is a very good weapon choice for a small girl like her. Her auto is a 4-stage attack where she just wields her scythe and just damages anyone in her way. Her air auto is just basically a 360 swing of her scythe in the air, catching anybody in its path. Her ground skill, you get hit with it and it will freeze you, preventing you from doing any movement, any skill, any attack, anything. Her air auto is basically her becoming a spinning crocodile. And her ultimate has 2 phases, one where you have to charge it up and it can get interrupted just like Ducky, and the other when you have it, it'll unleash a full attack of a bunch of powerful scythe swings. Her skills can benefit her speed, her ultimate damage, the follow-up attack after hitting somebody with a successful ground skill, and becoming Mei in Overwatch. Let's be honest, becoming Mei in Overwatch in that other game is kind of funny because it's 2 games in 1. And well, it's a pretty busted ability, but easy to read. If you watched my Let's Play Parfait in Duels video, you've already seen it. Good lord, 5,000 views. Thank you all so much. I gimp and Yang, and as you can see, he's gonna fall to his death because he's frozen. He can't grab the ledge. That's only benefit in the L map. Now in the fire map, I kind of don't see any benefits for playing Parfait unless if you have the little Mei copy ability, you can just heal up, and then play your plays from there. But if you play an opponent who knows very well when that ability ends, you could be in trouble. And she can be very strong in Dominion too, with basically any ability setup, with the May ability, the speed ability, the follow-up ability. She can just be utilized in many different ways. And of course, some tips of her is, if you're gonna use your ultimate, make sure it's a perfect time where you can find where they can't punish you fast enough, or if you push them back, like say you're done after doing an auto or a skill, you can use it to gain your ultimate second stage. The only problems I have with Parfait right now is just her startup on basic attack is pretty slow. If you've seen Smash Bros, like some moves can have startup frames to like, I don't know, 3 to 4, basically saying that it's a slow attack. But in Dominion mode, she can be cornered if she's not paying attention to her surroundings, and can just be punished very easily if you use ultimate the wrong way. I mean the wrong time. Good lord, help me. And just basically, if you miss a skill, it's very punishable. Unless you have ultimate, you can cash out just like that. But anywho, in Dominion mode, Parfait is going to be a solid A tier. And in duel mode, I'm going to have her as an S tier, because her priority is just basically insane in any mode. Ah yes, the boy who we start with in our SL careers. The boy who I started with back in 2021. Who can not know that this boy is from Peter Pan? Well, newborn babies don't know that he's from Peter Pan, obviously. But anyways, Peter is our favorite Peter Pan, the boy who we start with, and of course, his kit is just very unique, especially for starting players. Simple but powerful. His auto is where he swings his sword 3 times. His air auto is basically an obvious 360 swing. His ground skill is a heavy swing, dealing major damage and a lot of knockback. And if you have one ability, more knockback is added. And his air skill is where he leaps into the air and downward swings. Can potentially spike if they're off ledge. And of course, his ultimate 360 spins. His ability focuses on damage when not attacking for a certain amount of time, knockback with ground skill, speed upon revival, controllable ultimate, and of course an enhanced air skill. Now Peter can be strong in both Dominion and Duel. In Dominion, you can use any ability combination. I almost said ultimate combination, but you can use any ability combinations to your liking. I mainly use Flexible Blade and Earth Roaring Sword, just because for the enhanced air skill, and for the... I'm sorry, did I say Earth Roaring Sword? I meant the swiftness ability, because I can get back into the field as fast as I can to hold point, and at times where I'm just one shot, I just fall off the map. But he's just one of those control characters because his ultimate benefits in a very good radius. Before it was nerfed to the way it is now, his ultimate used to be a lot bigger, but they nerfed it because if you've seen my what's it called? My SL's State of SL is Rant 2. It used to be big, but the people just kept complaining because they don't know how to get good. Now, Duel is where I use the Earth Roaring Sword and the Flexible Blade. So, like, you know, if I miss my ultimate, I can just easily angle it and measure it, so I can just easily get that damage when I need to. And the Earth Roaring Sword because, you know, why not have an enhanced air skill when I have the chance to do so? The only problem with it is if you miss it, you have a huge punish that your opponent can do, and you'll be just either flying away with mad damage, and yeah, you can actually get pulled like that from a enhanced air skill, which is called the anti-air. Now, Peter can just be versatile in any of the dual maps. I would say his strongest map would probably be the L map, given that it has less space and with his big radius with his ultimate. The fun trick that everyone can do is you're in the middle of an air skill, but then you ult in the middle of it, so that way you can get the hyper armor if anyone cashes out their ultimate, and you can cash out your ultimate, giving you a damage trade. And like there, I missed my air skill and I can't recover. Well, I had it there in that second, but then mistimed that. And as you can see here, it can actually do a downward spike there just now. So with that, Peter in Dominion is more like an A tier, and in duels, he's like a high B to high A tier. Origin story, Rapunzel. Damage, massive. Just does basic autos where she swings her hair. Air skill makes her do some kind of little animation. let's be honest, there's not that much to say about Rapunzel other than she's one of another busted character, and she's very campy too, because people just wait out that ground skill and it's just game over. And her ultimate just releases a bunch of hair, and it can do exploding damage if you get hit by it. It can be evasive if you land on the ground in time, and you can do a wake up attack. Dominion mode, she's strong. Duel, she's campy. Dominion mode tier, A. Duel mode, S. End of story.
Ults are currently up. Oh, full HP Cindy. That's
and you can still bring this back. Hit him off ledge. Oh my gosh, there it is.
Meet my secondary main, Ravi, the second character to originate from the Sun Girl and Moon Boy story. If you've seen any of the recent DF tourneys that I've played in with Ravi, or if you've seen any of my montages or videos that I've played with Ravi, or even my Let's Play Ravi and Duels video, you'll see some of the awesome gameplay mechanics that I can do with him, such as the air auto basketball dribble, the alt spike, etc. His attacks include a 3-hit counting punch where he sends people flying back, and his air auto is obviously a punch that can send people downward. His ground skill can make you become Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, and his air skill is a rising uppercut, kind of like Doomfist but off the ground. And of course his alt, the Grim Dawn, just a circle of darkness. His abilities enhance damage, damage taken, speed, and ground skill range. Now Ravi is very strong in both modes, depending on which map it is, because mostly it's because his ultimate has a unique feature where if you hit somebody off the ledge, it'll basically do a downward spike on them, basically kind of like an air auto. The better duel map for him is obviously the L map with all the ledges and funny mechanics you can do with him. The fire map is also an okay map too, basically just be campy with them ground skills is what new Ravi players would normally do. But us veteran Ravi players, we would normally try to apply pressure with our speed ability and wake up attacks and fake them out just like that. And like I said, funny ultimate spikes if they're near off the ledge, as near as they can be. And the ability moveset I forgot to mention before transitioning to this Dominion video is that in duels, the recommended ability pool for me would be Light and Darkness and Dark Flame Energy for the speed bonus, which gives better high jump and better escape opportunities and all that. But here, as you can see in Dominion, if you have the barrier with what's it called, Complete Combustion and Light versus Darkness, well, you can apply more damage if you have HP higher than 50%, because how Light and Darkness works is if you have higher than 50 HP, you can do more damage, but you also take more damage. So stay alert and keep an eye on that HP. However, if you're below 50 HP, or 50% HP, excuse me, you gain less health taken away. I meant to say you take less damage, but you also deal less damage. So definitely pay attention to how low HP your opponents are. And of course, with the barrier projectile, I want to quit myself right now. The barrier enhancement can make anything happen. But anyways, with that being said, Ravi, double S tier on both modes. You know, I would never really talk about Wukong that much because I don't use him, because the only thing I don't like about Wukong is that his attacks are vertical, except for his air skill. They're literally just all... I cannot tell between vertical and horizontal. Jesus Christ. It's been a long week making this freaking video. Anyways, like I said, the only thing I don't like about Wukong is that his attacks are all horizontal, meaning no 360 range except his air skill. And basically, the only fun thing to do about him is just his air autos, which I call his monkey bonks. Anyways, of course we know his original folklore is Wukong, an ancient monkey with a staff. His ground auto consists a 2-stage attack. First 3 jabs from his staff, and then getting hit in the face with a final hit. His air auto is just a bonk, just jabbing you with it in the air. His ground skill is a powerful horizontal slap, and it'll launch you upwards where he can follow up with an air auto. Air skill, another helicopter mode, and ultimate, a powerful horizontal hit with a follow-up staff attack. His abilities benefit speed, damage, and healing if at percentage HP. I will not say that Wukong is broken, because he was, but now he's not. He's very easy to punish if he misses his skills and attacks, because they take a bit of while to recover after missing them. But his most famous combo in duels is the ground skill to air auto to ultimate. And I could say he's stronger in Dominion, but like I said, his attacks are only horizontal, and they can mostly hit one person, but they can possibly hit two at once. And if you saw there, if you do that combo at the edge of the map, you will fall. So be careful of your surroundings if you're going to pull a combo like that. But like I said, he may be stronger in Dominion. It's debatable. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, his air skill, definitely with the 360 radius and the multi-hit, and with his ultimate applying pressure, because it can do very big damage and big knockback if it connects. If you fail to connect the ultimate, it will not follow up with the other staff attack. Forgot to mention that. But anything else I can say about this monkey is he's just a fun character. He's pretty funny with his voice lines. And, you know, just do the damage and just get all the combos you can get. And you'll bet... Wait, that's not me. In the end, though, I'm going to rate him as a B tier in Dominion and an A tier in Duels.
Witness the almighty master
Donkey Kong!
And finally, last but not the least, we have our favorite grandma,
Robo Bitch!
or Zeppetta. I honestly do not know what story she comes from. But do origin stories really matter? No, not really. Anyways, her basic auto is a 2-hit combo, where you punch someone with a hammer and then drill them into pieces with damage. Her air auto is a 3-attack, little drill attack. Ground skill is a little uppercut, which will send opponents flying upward a tiny bit and then follow up with a ground auto. Her air skill is a 2-punch combo that can spike people downwards if with enough driven force. And her ultimate either enhances your skill or your auto. Ground skill only, by the way. Either ground auto into a giant hammer for hammer time, or skill for enhanced uppercut, which will send opponents flying upwards, and if they have enough HP, it will potentially KO them. Her skills benefit damage, speed when ultimate ready, and follow-up attacks. Now, in duels, she can be strong depending on the map, and what I really like about her is with her kit is that you can mix up your moves, and even with that ultimate, you can just juke them out with a little movement, and you can prepare for a special uppercut or a special hammer. Now, the L map is indeed a better map for her because it has, of course, you know, the never-ending pit of doom is what I call it. But if you can air skill somebody, you can just potentially spike them off the ledge, and it'll be hard for them to kind of recover. And of course, my favorite combo to pull off is an air skill followed by an ulted auto, which can be used to either KO someone early or just do massive damage. The only problems that people will have with Zeppetta is that if, for example, in Dominion mode, you know, she's focusing one person, she can't manage to, you know, hit more than one person, like, very commonly, unlike most of the other characters. But it is possible that you can hit more than one character, especially if you have the ultimate. See, the ultimate has super armor, and if you manage to hit somebody, you won't flinch, and you can possibly, you know, still be stuck in the animation. If you're stuck in the animation, it will still count as a hit on them, and it's pretty funny, especially if you get a triple ulted uppercut. However, using ulted ground skill is going to require some predictions to make on your opponent, so if you mistime it, you'll be punished big time. So if you can't, you know, find a good way to punish, use the hammer time, and of course it will stack damage. Oh, and if you use frontal breakthrough, if you get hit while in the animation, it does not decrease the amount of damage you take, but if you survive, it increases the amount of damage you deal, depending on the HP you have. So with all of her fun abilities and kit, I'm gonna put her as a B tier in Dominion and a high A tier in Duel, because she's simply amazing. And there you guys have it. The tier list of all 11 fighters. My personal tier list. Screw the official tier list from Smash.gg. I mean, DevPK and his crew are a bunch of goofies, if you ask me. With the ratings and the balance changes, it's like grade 1. You know what I mean. Anyways, I'm gonna shut up now. But anyways, this has been the fighter role tier list, part 2. If you haven't seen part 1, go check it out. It's in my channel, obviously, because that was the last video I made. And if you like this, let me know what role you want to see next, whether it be Vanguard or Assassin or Specialist or Support. And if you want to see me play games and figure out what character you want me to use next in my Let's Play and Duels, why don't you give a suggestion in the comments? So far, it looks like next will be Gumi. And, well, there's not much else to say other than it's been a long week. You know, Trade School will be doing something with my improper speech. But anyways, this has been Spaceface04. Hope you guys enjoyed this tier list video, and feel free to leave a like and subscribe. And again, I will not force you all, but until next time, I hope you all enjoyed. Have a good evening and day. Stay safe.